Hey guys, this is miwin and this is my motion tracking tutorial. I'm probably going to split it up in about 3 parts, but I will try to explain everything about motion tracking you need to know, all the errors you can have and simply everything. So the programs I'm going to use are Adobe After Effects ES 5.5, Boujou 5 and Cinema 4D. I will also kind of explain the difference between Boujou 5 and Boujou 4 because it's kind of important difference. Cinema 4D I use it for 3D stuff and After Effects for basically the rest of the editing. Boujou 5 is just for motion tracking, by the way. So to start it off, I haven't started anything yet. I just recorded the cinematic I want to motion track. It's not that complicated, but I think you can kind of see what we are trying to do. So we got some text up here, we fly around it, yeah, kind of cool. So the first thing you may notice on this cinematic, it's not slow, it's just on the exact, pretty much right speed. It's important to not go too fast, because if you go too fast you will mess up the program and you won't be able to motion track. That's something I will show you later. Yeah, another thing is I got just nice place for text and everything, and I also recorded a quite long cinematic, about 20 seconds, to show you some things. So we're gonna make a new project in After Effects and just import it right in here. Alright, so we have it in here, and now I'm gonna put it into a new composition. The way to do that is just to drag it down here. Now, one important thing I forgot to say is about when you right click on your clip and go to properties, you should have about 59 frames per second, and mostly also have 1280 to 720 pixels. So that's kind of important, the frame rate, and then you mostly have the pixels you should have, because then you have a nice quality if you have those pixels. And the frame rate is basically just how many pixels you have per second. I mean how many pictures. So we're gonna turn off the audio because we don't need it. And now I want to render that out. This is an AVI file, as you maybe saw before. It's .avi. Now Boujou could work with that too, and yeah, Cinema 4D, yeah, can't really, because we have some problems there. I want to explain the problems really quick, because some people might mess around with these problems. So I'll just make a new material. Where is it? Motion tracking tutorial. Alright, we got our clip in here. Now we got it on the background. It looks all sweet, right? Wait, let's put about 2500. But now you can see, wait, it actually works, right? But sometimes it messes up, and then you have like no picture, like it cuts on somewhere over here, and then you have no picture from there on, which really sucks. So I don't know how to solve this problem, but yeah, you just render it as I do it, and that's simply the best way to do it. I figured out. So you just add it to render queue up here. Then over here you can leave that on best settings. That's all fine. It just takes your composition settings. Then the output mode, you want to put from AVI to a JPEG sequence. And now you want to make sure on the output too, you want to change that. You want to go to your folder where you have your cinematic and make a new folder for, I don't know, drone Boujou. I think the map is called drone, I'm not sure. So you will make a lot of these folders, because the reason for that is if you just we can just call cinematic. So Now if I render that out, you will see in my new folder it creates a ton of pictures, and that's because I render as a JPEG. So it makes a picture for every single frame, like that. I could press over here really fast. You can't see the difference. Wait, let's go a bit farther there. I move quite fast. Yeah, now you can see it. If I press really fast, then it just goes through the video. So it creates a picture for every single frame. There's a few thousand pictures, but it takes pretty much as much space as a AVI file takes. So yeah. I already want to open up Boujou until this is done with rendering. Boujou might take some time. Alright, it's starting now. Okay, that's the Boujou interface. It's pretty interesting. We're gonna wait until this is done. I could already go far, but I don't want to, because it's kind of important steps I'm going through. Alright, so you're going to import sequence, and then you just go to the folder where you saved your pictures. That's my folder. I got like a ton of pictures in here, and if I click the first one, just click on it once, it will show it to me, and then we wait until it's done, and if that is done, we can go and click open. Also, what I forgot to say about After Effects is that you want to make sure you don't have any color correction on it, you don't scale up the clip or anything. On one of it too, it shows some stuff up there on like your preview or whatever, I don't really know. But you don't want to scale it up until this is away. You just leave the clip how it is. All you can do is you can cut it right to the render area. You can press B and N to cut that, and then it will just render out the part. As example, if you want it from here over to here, if that's all you want. Right, but I wanted to do all for now, so yeah, it's done, and then now I can click on the first frame, and it will open up. It will open it up like this. So we got our first frame and our last frame. Now we want to go to the frame rate. This is kind of important. You want to change it to 59.94 because we recorded the clip and rendered it out in 59.94 frames. So if we now click apply, you may realize it changes back to 25 frames. That's something barely anyone knows. So you want to change it back to 59.94 frames again and apply it again, and now you will see it changed. Now if you hit OK on the first step and you're not sure if it now changed to 59 or if it changed back to 25, you can go up here to setup and edit sequence and change it back again if you want to. So now we got our clip in here. Now what we do first is go on track feature and click on advanced. So what this does, track feature, it searches for pixels like yellow one down here, and then it makes a little ring around it, around the pixel, and in the next frame, exactly in the next frame, it searches for the yellow pixel in this red ring again. So this, by scaling up this, we just scale up the ring size. So we want to scale it up all once, like if we go in there, just scale it up once and you will find it doesn't really matter, but yeah. And that's the search distance, about 1 to 20%, like so all these settings are all okay. And now just hit start. Now you can see it searches for them in every pixel. Now nothing happens because the video isn't moving, but now you can see it slowly starts to move. It finds some moving pixels and it follows them. I will pause this video and show you a little bit. Alright guys, it's done with the track feature. And if we look through, we can see how it moves, and it always searches for the pixels again. And the yellow line just shows us where it was in the frame before, or where it's going to be. So if we have a really fast cinematic, it will completely mess up and it couldn't search for the pixels again, and it will just think those are two different clips or two different videos. So the next thing to do is go in camera solve right here on this thing and click optimize camera path smoothness and all frames, and just sequence 1 and then hit start. That's all we have to do there. Your computer might get a bit laggy right here, and the program itself will get laggy, so don't try to cancel it. Right, I will be back when this is done. Alright guys, we're done with the camera solve thingy, and if we scroll through, we got a nice blue and yellow points, which we have no clue what they do, but anyway, so before you move on, you should click up here and you should have one camera solve. If you don't have one, your cinematic was simply too fast. You should record it slower. That's the only thing you can do. You can't slow it down in After Effects, that won't work. You have to record it slower. So yeah, that's that thing. And the next thing about those dots is, and I will explain you a little bit what it did now. So because we had a lot of yellow lines and red arrows before, it could calculate the position from a red arrow back there and one in front of here, the movement of those, and then it could calculate where the camera should be. That's really weird and complicated, but it somehow calculates where the camera should be, and those blue and yellow dots are just for us to help us to know where the position of different points we might need are. So the program itself doesn't need those points, those are just for our help to see. Yeah, that wall is about where is it? Really? No dot? Alright, we got no dot on that wall. On this one and this one. Okay, we got a few dots on here. So the first thing we're gonna do is save as, and now wait, where is it? Motion tracking tutorial drone. Just click drone. Alright, now I wanna export it to two programs. I wanna make some 2D text in After Effects right on this wall, maybe something cool. And then I want to make some 3D stuff up here, maybe some particles too in After Effects and stuff, like a snow everywhere would be cool, I guess. Motion tracked snow and stuff. So I want to export first of all the whole thing to Cinema 4D, and then the rest of it to After Effects. So we're going to export camera solve. I now select Cinema 4D, sorry. And if you saved it before, it will automatically go into your path where you saved it, otherwise you would have to go there, save, and now select Cinema 4D, moving camera static scene like it normally is, leave all the things like they are, uncheck this one here and type in 0 and 100 over here. So this is a bit weird. I'm not sure if you have to do this in Boujou 4. As much as I know, you don't have to do it. Well, I'm not sure. Right, so then you just hit save, and that's it for the Cinema 4D file. Now we got our Cinema 4D file over here. We can't open it yet because it's just something really messed up. Let's take a look. Alright, wait. It's just like we don't have the camera, or the camera isn't moving. I'm not sure. It's really weird. I'm not sure what's happening here. It just doesn't work. So you want to go click on it and make right click on it and go on open with editor. If you don't have the editor here, you can click the bottom one here and select a program, and it might be in here, or otherwise you would have to search for it on your computer. If you find it, you just go again and right click open with editor. Now if it shows it as an editor sign, you just go right click open with Cinema 4D after you're done with it. Now you go to replace and type in search for ParentItem 100. Wait, I'll just show you and I will put it in with the screen in a second. Right. It's kind of late at the moment. Alright. So you want to put in that number, ParentItem. Make sure you write it big. The I and the P. That's an I over here, and 6 zeros and a 1 at the end. At the bottom you want to type in the same with a 2 at the end. And now click on replace all. Now type in on the top one, you want to type in -3.14. You can delete the bottom one, you don't have to. 14, and then you click search. And now maybe you get to a point where it looks like this. That's possible. Then you just click search again and it will bring you down to this point. And what you want to do is above you have all these zeros. You just above you have a 0 with a minus before. You want to delete the minus and copy all the zeros. Okay, make sure you do that. And then just go down here and replace it with the number -3.141593. And now hit save, and that's basically all you have to do. And that's also something I'm not sure you have to do in Boujou 4. If you use Boujou 4, you might not have to do that, right? So we got it, and it's fine now. As we can see, we move around and everything is cool. So I'm going to close it. I'm going to show you that in my next tutorial. One last thing I want to show you is, now we want to export it to After Effects. So we could export it with all the dots, but those are a ton of dots. There are a few hundreds, and that would bring our After Effects to lag a lot. So we want to select the points we really need, like this one up here, maybe this one. Just hold Control and click on them, right? Make sure you hold Control. Now I'm not sure, maybe this one. So if we're doing the snow, we kind of can see our scene. So we want to select one over here. Maybe I'm going to put some text over here, some hidden things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just some cool dots. I'm not sure what to do with them, but select a few of them and now go on, right click on one of them and go flag for export. Now go and export camera resolve, and again just make sure you save it in your file path, whatever, and select After Effects maja.ma. Click export flag tracks only. Now that would be everything you have to do, but what I recommend is uncheck this little thing here, type in 400, about 400 to 600, it doesn't really matter, it's just the scale of your scene as it says. And hit save. Like, that's something I found out was really cool. So now we have our After Effects and Cinema 4D file, and that's basically it for motion tracking. And next time I'm going to show you how to place text, how to put it into After Effects, how to render it, and maybe I'm doing a lightning tutorial in After Effects and all that kind of stuff. So that's it for now. See ya later. Bye.